Elena
No, I
didn't even
didn't
have
touch
time
it.
to gasp.
Please, stay
One
back.
second,
I
she was
didn't do it.
polishing the gold frame of the massive painting. The next, her foot slipped on the freshly mopped marble floor. Her hand shot out to steady herself, but her elbow slammed into the canvas instead. The priceless painting lurched forward. No, 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 don't fall, she choked out, her voice strangled with horror. But gravity didn't care. The artwork tilted, wobbled, and then crashed to the floor with a sickening, echoing crack that seemed to rip through the entire Harrington estate. Elena froze. The kind of freeze where even breathing could get you killed. The painting lay flat on the ground. The antique gold frame snapped cleanly at one corner, a visible scratch running across the brush strokes like a scar. She felt her heart drop straight through her stomach. Security, a voice barked from behind. Two guards rushed forward. Elena's hands flew up in instinctive surrender. I'm sorry, it was an accident. I didn't mean to, please. The guards didn't listen. They grabbed her by the elbow, firm but not brutal, just enough to let her know she had exactly zero control. They marched her down the hallway, her breath shaking, her mind spiraling. I swear I can fix it. Maybe glue. Paint. No, not paint. Oh God, she babbled. The guards didn't respond. They stopped in front of the double mahogany doors of the private lounge. One guard knocked once. Bring her in, a deep voice commanded. The doors opened to reveal a man Elena had only ever heard rumors about. Adrian Cole, the billionaire recluse, owner of Cole Enterprises. Cold as an Arctic storm, rich enough to buy the moon, dangerous enough that no one ever dared meet his eyes for too long. He stood at the window, back turned, dressed in a charcoal suit tailored so perfectly it looked sculpted onto him. His voice when he finally spoke was ice-dipped in steel. Put her in the chair. Elena was pushed gently into a leather seat. The guard stepped back. Adrian didn't turn around. Name? Elena Rivera, she whispered. Job? A maid. Just the cleaning staff. I wasn't supposed to be in the West Wing, I know, but the supervisor said. That painting. He cut in, finally turning his head slightly, just enough for her to see his profile, was worth more than your life. Her throat tightened. Sir, I can explain. You think explanation matters? He finally turned fully now, sharp eyes pinning her in place. Do you know what you destroyed? I can work to pay it back, she blurted. Adrian let out a short, humorless laugh. You? Pay it back? Do you plan to work for the next 3 centuries? Tears stung her eyes. Please. I can't lose this job. My family. He raised a hand, silencing her instantly. You have 2 options. She held her breath. 1. I press charges. You'll spend years paying off something you can never afford. Her chest tightened painfully. 2. He walked toward her, slow, calculated steps that raised every hair on her body. You work for me directly. No estate staff. No supervisor. You become my responsibility. She swallowed hard. Work for you? Doing what? Whatever I need. Something about the way he said it made the room feel smaller. She nodded slowly. I'll do it. Anything. I don't want trouble. Good, Adrian said. Then you start now. Before she could process the words, a guard stepped forward with a contract. It was already printed, already prepared, almost like Adrian had expected something like this to happen, or needed it. Elena's voice cracked. Sir, can I read it? No, his tone left no room for negotiation. Sign. Her hand trembled as she scribbled her name. The contract was whisked away. Adrian gave her one last cold look. Welcome to your new job, Miss Rivera. Don't make me regret it. He walked out, the guards following, leaving her alone in the silent room, breathless and confused. What had she just agreed to? Elena followed one of the guards to a private elevator that descended deep beneath the estate, far deeper than the staff areas. The doors opened to Adrian's penthouse, an entirely separate world hidden underground. It was quiet. Too quiet. Mr. Cole expects you to begin with basic maintenance, the guard said. But you do not open any door unless instructed, especially not the door at the end of the hall. Elena nodded. Understood. She had no intention of breaking rules. Not after the painting disaster. She walked through the sleek penthouse, cleaning the surfaces, organizing shelves, trying to make herself useful. Hours passed. Her back ached. Her eyes burned. But she refused to rest. Anything to avoid Adrian's anger again. Just as she finished wiping down the counter, she heard a soft sound. Something faint, like a whisper. Then again, clearer this time. A tiny giggle? Elena frowned. It came from the forbidden hallway. Her heart kicked against her ribs. The guard's warning echoed in her mind. Do not open that door. But the sound came again, this time a soft, childish voice humming. A child? In a billionaire's underground penthouse? Her curiosity waged war with her common sense. But the humming grew louder, and something in her chest tightened. She knew that sound. It was the sound of a lonely child trying to entertain themselves. She couldn't ignore it. Elena, don't, she whispered to herself. She did. She tiptoed to the end of the hall. The door was simple, plain, unmarked. She pressed her ear against it. Definitely a child. Drawing? Playing? Her hand shook as she turned the knob. The door clicked open. Inside was a little girl, maybe 5 years old, sitting on the floor with crayons scattered around her. She drew a bright yellow sun on a sheet of paper. Her brown curls bounced when she turned her head, her big eyes widening when she saw Elena. Hi, the girl chirped. Are you my new friend? Elena's heart melted instantly. Oh, hello, sweetheart. I'm not supposed to be in here. I'm sorry, I was just... The child rushed forward and wrapped her arms around Elena's waist. Auntie. Elena froze. Hey, Auntie. Before she could ask more, a furious voice thundered behind her. Elena. Her blood iced. She turned slowly. Adrian stood in the doorway, eyes blazing with a fury that made her knees weaken. What? He said, voice low and dangerous. Did I tell you about this door? Elena felt like her heart stopped beating entirely. Adrian's voice didn't need to be loud. The coldness in it was enough to paralyze her. He stepped forward, slow and controlled, the way a predator approached prey that had crossed a line. I'm sorry, Elena stammered, gently loosening the little girl's arms from around her waist. I heard a noise, and I thought maybe someone was hurt. I told you. Adrian cut her off sharply. Never to open this door. The little girl looked up at him, confused but not afraid. Daddy, she's nice. Don't be mad. Daddy. The word hit Elena like a slap. Daddy? Adrian Cole had a child? And a child he kept hidden? Adrian exhaled through his nose, clearly fighting to keep his temper in check. Lily, sweetheart, go finish your drawing. But, now. Lily pouted but shuffled back to her crayons. Adrian grabbed Elena's wrist, not painfully, but firmly, and pulled her out of the room. He shut the door behind them with controlled force. Are you out of your mind? He hissed. I didn't mean to break any rules, she whispered. I just heard her. You don't go near her. Ever. His jaw was clenched so tightly she wondered if it hurt. She pulled her wrist back slowly. You didn't tell me there was a child here, she said softly. And you weren't supposed to know. Why? Elena asked before she could stop herself. Why hide her? He stepped closer, his voice dropping. That is none of your business. But she's alone in there. Why would you lock her away like that? Adrian's eyes flashed. You're assuming too much. She is not locked away. She is protected. Protected from what? Elena demanded, her frustration slipping out. He froze, as if that was the one question he couldn't answer. Before he could speak, Lily called from inside the room. Daddy? Can Annie help me draw? Adrian closed his eyes briefly, looking pained. When he opened them again, the anger was still there, but something else too. Something tired. You have no idea what you've just stepped into, he murmured. Stay away from her. For her sake. He turned and walked down the hallway without another word. Elena stood there shaking, guilt and confusion twisting in her stomach. She had broken a rule, but the moment she saw Lily, she knew something was deeply wrong. Hiding a child in an underground penthouse. Keeping her away from the world? What kind of father did that? Hours passed, and Elena worked silently, her mind replaying the scene again and again. Adrian didn't speak to her for the rest of the evening. He checked on Lily twice, both times making sure Elena wasn't near the hallway. Around midnight, she finished cleaning the kitchen. She stretched her sore back and whispered to herself, just survive this job. Fix the mess. Pay the debt. She headed toward the exit, but halted when she heard a faint noise from the forbidden hallway again. Not humming this time. Crying. Elena's chest squeezed painfully. She fought the urge to go to the door. She didn't want to get fired. Or worse. But the crying grew louder. She couldn't ignore it. She walked quietly to the door and knocked lightly. Lily? Sweetheart. It's me. Are you okay? No answer. Just soft sobbing. Her heart broke. She glanced over her shoulder. Adrian was nowhere in sight. She opened the door just enough to peek inside. Lily was curled up on the floor, clutching her drawing paper against her chest, tears streaking down her cheeks. "Hey, what's wrong?" Elena whispered. "My mommy," the girl hiccuped. "I dreamed about her." Elena stepped in, shutting the door behind her. "Oh, honey." Lily crawled into her lap without hesitation. Elena held her, stroking her hair gently. "You miss her a lot, don't you?" Elena murmured. "She went to heaven." Lily sniffed. "Daddy said so." Elena swallowed. "I'm sure she loved you very much." Lily nodded, wiping her eyes. "Daddy cries when he thinks I'm sleeping." Elena's breath caught. "He cries a lot," Lily whispered. Before Elena could respond, the door snapped open. Adrian stood there, eyes wide, not with anger this time, but something closer to devastation. "Elena," he said quietly, "I told you not to." She was crying. Elena cut him off. She was alone. "What did you expect me to do?" Adrian stared at the two of them, Lily in Elena's lap, Elena holding her protectively. His throat bobbed, as if he couldn't find the right words. "Give her to me," he finally said. Lily shook her head. "No, I want Andy." "Lily," he said softly but firmly, "come here." The little girl hesitated, then slowly slid off Elena's lap and walked to her father. Adrian picked her up, holding her against his chest. He stroked her hair, his expression softening in a way Elena had never seen before. "Daddy's here," he whispered. "You're safe." Lily sniffled. "Can Annie stay with us?" Elena's heart twisted. Adrian looked at Elena, something unreadable in his eyes. "No, she has to go home now." Lily whimpered, but Adrian kissed her forehead. "I'll stay with you." He carried her out, leaving Elena alone in the room, staring at the drawings scattered across the floor. Moments later, a guard arrived. "Mr. Cole wants to see you." Elena's stomach dropped. She followed the guard to Adrian's study. The door was open. Adrian stood inside, Lily asleep in his arms now. The dim light made him look more human, less like the cold billionaire everyone feared. "Elena," he said quietly. She braced herself. "I should fire you." She flinched. "But I won't." Her eyes widened. Adrian glanced down at his sleeping daughter. "She doesn't take to people easily. She hasn't since." He didn't finish the sentence. Elena stepped closer. "I didn't mean to intrude." "I know," he admitted. "But you don't understand the risk." "What risk?" she asked softly. He hesitated. His jaw tightened again. "There are people who would destroy me," he whispered. "And they would use her to do it." Elena felt a chill run through her. "Who?" He looked up at her, eyes dark and full of old wounds. "My late wife's family." Elena's breath caught. "Your late wife's family? Why would they want to hurt their own granddaughter?" Adrian gave a bitter, tired laugh. "Because they don't see her as a child. They see her as leverage. Lily is the legal heir to half of Cole Enterprises. If they get custody of her, they get everything her mother left behind. They've been trying to take her since the funeral." Elena's chest tightened. She glanced down at the sleeping girl. "So you're hiding her to protect her?" "I'm hiding her," Adrian said softly. "Because they will stop at nothing to take her away. I've had threats, blackmail attempts, court battles, kidnapping attempts." His jaw clenched. A 5-year-old. They wanted to use a 5-year-old to destroy me. Elena understood now. The secrecy, the underground penthouse, the constant surveillance. Adrian wasn't just cold. He was a man holding the world together with his bare hands, terrified of losing the only thing that mattered. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I had no idea." "I didn't want you to," he murmured. He stared at Elena for a long moment, as if trying to figure out what she was. A threat? A mistake? Or something else entirely? Finally, he exhaled. "Go home, Elena. We'll talk tomorrow." She nodded. "Good night, Mr. Cole." Her hand brushed Lily's hair gently. Adrian didn't stop her this time. The next morning, Elena arrived at the penthouse to find Adrian already waiting. No guards. No contract in hand. Just him. "Come with me," he said. She followed him through a private corridor she hadn't seen before. He stopped at a small office, placed a tablet on the desk, and swiped through security footage. "Elena," he said without looking at her. "Did you tell anyone about Lily?" "No. Of course not." "Good." He turned the screen toward her. A new message had arrived in Adrian's personal inbox. A photo of Elena holding Lily the night before. Elena gasped. "What? How? Who took that?" Adrian's voice dropped to a cold whisper. "They're watching. They know Lily connected with you." The message under the photo read, "The maid seems attached. Bring her to us." Alone. Elena felt the blood drain from her face. They want me to bring Lily to them. They want to use me. They think you're naive, Adrian said. Easy to manipulate. They'll try to contact you, threaten you, promise you money. You cannot engage with them. I wouldn't, Elena said firmly. I would never betray Lily. Or you. His eyes flicked to her quickly, almost surprised by her conviction. Good, he murmured. Before he could speak again, Lily ran into the room, her little feet pattering on the floor. Auntie, she squealed, grabbing Elena's leg. Adrian pinched the bridge of his nose. Lily, sweetheart, don't run. But she's here, Lily announced happily. I want pancakes. Elena smiled despite the tension. I can make pancakes. Adrian gave her a look. No, you're not a cook. But I can make them, she replied. And she wants them. Lily nodded eagerly. Adrian sighed in defeat. Fine, go ahead. In the kitchen, Lily sat on the counter swinging her legs while Elena cooked. The little girl chatted nonstop, telling her about her drawings, her dreams, and how she wanted to go to a real park one day. Elena's heart squeezed. A park. Something so simple for other children, but a luxury for Lily. As she flipped a pancake, Lily suddenly asked, Do you like my daddy? Elena almost dropped the pan. What? Why would you ask that? You look at him funny, Lily said innocently. Like mommy used to. Elena swallowed hard. Your daddy is complicated. So are you, Lily said with a wise little nod. Elena laughed softly. Maybe. Adrian appeared in the doorway, watching the two of them. His eyes softened as he took in the scene. Lily laughing, Elena wiping flour off her nose. He looked almost peaceful, but peace never lasted long in his world. His phone buzzed sharply. He checked the screen, and all the calm drained from his face. What's wrong? Elena asked. They filed another custody motion, he muttered. Emergency hearing. They're claiming Lily is in an unsafe environment. Elena froze. Unsafe? How? She's with you. They'll argue that the penthouse isn't a real home, that I isolate her, that she's neglected. Lily tugged on his sleeve. Daddy. Adrian forced a smile. It's okay, sweetheart. Elena stepped closer. Isn't there anything I can do to help? His jaw tightened. No, this is my fight. But they're using me too, she insisted. They took a picture of me with Lily. They're twisting everything. He met her eyes. Exactly why you need to stay out of this. Lily hugged Elena's leg. Don't go. Adrian hesitated. And for the first time, Elena saw it. Fear. Real, raw fear in his eyes. Fear of losing Lily. Fear of losing everything. She placed a hand on Lily's head and looked Adrian in the eye. I'm not going anywhere. Not until this is over. Adrian stared at her for a long moment. Then he nodded slowly. Then you stay, he said quietly. But you stay under my protection. 2 days later, everything went to hell. Elena was leaving the estate to catch a taxi when a black car screeched to a stop in front of her. 2 men stepped out, wearing suits. One held an envelope. Elena Rivera? The taller man asked. No. Thank you, she said quickly, stepping back. But the man blocked her path. This is important. She tried to run, but the second man grabbed her wrist. Let go, she shouted. A car horn blared. The men released her and rushed back to their vehicle, speeding away. Elena stood trembling, clutching the envelope they'd shoved into her hand. She opened it. Inside was a photo of Lily with a red X over her face. Her knees buckled. She ran back inside the estate so fast she almost tripped. Adrian, she screamed. Adrian. He came out of the elevator instantly, eyes widening at the sight of her pale face. What happened? He demanded. She shoved the photo into his hand. His expression darkened. Pure fury, pure terror. They threatened her, Elena whispered, trembling. They threatened Lily. Adrian grabbed her shoulders. You're staying here. From now on. Full time. What? I won't let them near you. And I won't let them near her. Lily peeked from behind him. Auntie? What's wrong? Elena dropped to her knees and hugged her tightly. Nothing, sweetheart. You're safe. But she wasn't safe. Not unless Adrian won. Not unless they worked together. That night, after Lily fell asleep, Adrian sat beside Elena on the couch. The weight of the day hung between them. I don't let people in, he said quietly. Not since my wife died. But Lily, she likes you. She trusts you. And he swallowed. I don't want to lose either of you. Elena's heart hammered painfully. Adrian. He took her hand, hesitantly, almost afraid she'd pull away. I'm falling for you, he whispered. And I don't want to stop. Elena felt tears sting her eyes. You don't have to. He leaned in, not rushed, not demanding. Just a man who had carried too much for too long, finally letting himself want something gentle. Their lips brushed softly. Lily's voice echoed from the hallway. Daddy? Auntie? Are you gonna sleep? They broke the kiss, laughing quietly. Adrian stood and scooped Lily up. Come on. Family cuddle time. Family. Elena repeated softly. Stay, Adrian said, meeting her eyes. Not for the contract. Not for the painting. For us. Elena walked to him, placing her hand on his chest. I'm not going anywhere. And for the first time since losing his wife, Adrian Cole felt whole again. Thank you for watching The Maid Who Stole a Billionaire's Heart. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more gripping love stories filled with twists, danger, and heart-melting romance.